Some of the breaking news coming in. Walmart, the world's largest retailer, is issuing a new warning today, warning the company will have to raise prices due to President Trump's tariffs. The company's CEO, Doug McMillon, is expected to tell analysts this on an earnings call today. I'll read you a quote as they sent out excerpts ahead of time. "We will do our best to keep our prices as low as possible, but given the magnitude of the tariffs, even at the reduced levels announced this week, we aren't able to absorb all the pressure given the reality of narrow retail margins." Walmart said the prices will begin to go up later this month, and the hikes could put the company also in an uncomfortable position, if you will, with the Trump administration. You'll remember last month, the White House publicly shamed Jeff Bezos and also threatened Mattel's CEO with 100% tariffs after they said tariffs would lead to higher prices. Compare this news today with what Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told CNN's Dana Bash just on Sunday.
So we do expect a 10% baseline tariff to be in place for the foreseeable future, but don't buy the silly arguments that the U.S. consumer pays.
Joining me right now is Rick Newman, senior columnist with Yahoo Finance. It's good to see you, Rick. Okay, so what do you make first and foremost of the statement from Walmart?
None of this is surprising. The cost of goods is going up because these tariffs are a tax on something like $3 trillion worth of imports. So what's going to happen is, as the cost goes up to the importers such as Walmart and most retailers, they are going to pass as much of that cost on to end users as they can. This is not mysterious. We know what the level of the taxes is. It's about 30% on most stuff coming in from China. It's 25% on imported automobiles and auto parts. It's 25% on steel and aluminum. And for everything that's not covered by any of those, it's 10%. So that more or less is going to be the magnitude of the price hikes on these products that are coming in from other countries. And we know where these price hikes are going to show up as well. There's been a lot of analysis on this. We're going to see cars are going to get more expensive, car parts are going to get more expensive, car insurance is going to get more expensive, leather goods such as handbags are going to get more expensive, clothing, electronics, appliances. And we're going to hear more CEOs saying this because if you run a publicly owned company, you have an obligation to your shareholders to tell them what's going on with costs. So what's probably going to happen is we're going to see price hikes across the board from basically all retailers. So if Trump wants to go after them, he's going to go after all of them en masse instead of just picking off one or two the way he did earlier with Amazon.
Republican Congressman Andy Barr, who's a big supporter of Trump's trade policy, was on with John just last hour and was asked about this Walmart news. And essentially, his case was still to say short-term pain, long-term gain. Let me play this.
Walmart will lower prices in the long run. Prices will come down lower in the long run because we're going to get better deals. This trade policy is creating massive opportunities, and we're back in a bull market because of the developments that are happening in the trade negotiations.
What do you think of that, Rick?
That's economically illogical. So the trade deals that Trump is trying to get, the concessions he's trying to get are, to the extent he's getting any or they make any sense, are to make it more favorable to get American products into foreign markets where there are barriers. That makes sense, but that is not going to do anything to lower costs in the United States. And if Trump actually gets his wish, which is that we just start making all this stuff in the United States, it's going to get even more expensive than if it comes in from other countries with the tariffs, simply because labor costs are much higher here, manufacturing costs are much higher. It just costs more to make stuff in the United States. So if you think that this manufacturing renaissance is a good idea, it is not going to come with lower prices by definition. It's going to come with higher prices permanently. So you have to accept that trade-off.
Well, we know that when it came to baby dolls and pencils and strollers, that the president basically called it small ball. But let's see if what his reaction is to Walmart saying this, if he still thinks products coming out of the world's largest retailer Feels like small ball. It's good to see you, Rick. Thanks for jumping on. I really appreciate it.